Welcome back to another battle, everybody. Today we are playing Progressive Capitals on the Polus map. We're playing as a green player out of the 4th position. We have an orange bot in our midst. Orange bot playing with us. We are the green player out of the 4th position. I mentioned that this is Tier List Tuesdays, the series on the channel where we play every single map in Risk on the meta settings. That's Progressive Capitals, neutral inactivity behavior, fog and blizzards on, portals and alliances off. We'll see if these remain the meta settings for too long. We, again, are playing as green. I've got this 1-point hold back here, which isn't super strong right away. Blue ends up going here, which is a little bit problematic for me. I was almost hoping out of the first position that they'd go a more favorable spot on the board, because I do think capping on this 3 may be my best choice. I've got so much of my material in the bottom right here without even capping, choosing my capital here. We have 10 of our 20 troops down here. Orange is a bot. If it caps on this 4, we could even consider stacking next to us, and this is a neutral bot. I'll place troops throughout the duration of this game. So I think going on this 3 is not a bad idea. I don't think anybody's going to end up on this bend here. I could potentially even duck into the split bonus here if I need to later on to try to take more material, as long as blue doesn't knock me out of here. They're probably going to realize I'm behind them pretty quickly. White goes up here near blue. I don't love that capital for them. I'm going to go behind blue. It's risky on this map, but I just need to try to establish an exterior position where I can essentially fight them. I think my best bet is actually dumping all 6 of my troops on this 4 and progressing forward and putting on whatever we have left on cap after. I don't know what blue's going to do here, but it's possible that he has material on one of these 2 territories in S-Bend and Specimen Access. If red goes on this 1, for example, like obviously I'm just going to try to take that cap right away. Slow roll it. We'll have a 6 here for protection. Decent spot to be. But yeah, we'll see what ends up coming from this. I've got other positions on the board if we need them. I'm not going to hit white here until I need to, but this blue capital, I almost hope blue overplays their hand, because stealing blue's cap early and 1 point holding off of this rather than my own cap's not a bad idea. But this is Polus. It is one of the Among Us maps. They've added all 5 Among Us maps to, there might even be more than 5 Among Us maps at this point. All 5 Among Us maps to Risk. Does he try to roll this right now? He's already found me back here. He blitzes and fails. If nobody finds this, I don't know if red is next to blue here. Tremendous. If it's anybody else, yeah, I may want to steal this. It was black that was here. Blue is quit, obviously. Oh, he's going to hit my 3, isn't he? That's unfortunate. That's very, very unfortunate. I'll have a 5 here, bare minimum. I'm still going to run this route, I think. 1. Wow. I think I still hit this, right? Black had a 5 back here. That is wild. All of those hits. Oh, you know what? Black may actually not have had a 5 back there, but actually had all 3 of these territories, which is crazy to have that from the beginning. And then fortified troops together. I think that makes a little bit more sense. Now, I have the potential to take the split here. White looked like they were originally going to place troops here, but didn't. And we're back around to black already, because orange is not playing. White tried to take this up by black. I really don't like blitzing this right now. You get bad dice. You fail this. Now he's not defending here. So white steals this. We get our capital back. White is just going to steal that outright. I don't think that that's a wise play by the black player. White is now going to be our double capital player. Very weird beginning here. This is Polus, though. Again, one of the Among Us maps is 59 territories. There are 5 blizzards. Knocks us down to 54 when blizzards are considered. That's 15 larger than the classic map in that blizzarded realm. We'd steal our cap right back, and I'm just going to defend it normally. I am 90% certain that white stole the cap from black up here. If he didn't, then we're just protected here. I don't really think that that roll by black is very wise. White, to hold this bonus up here, by the way, needs to hold all of those territories. So we didn't see anything come back to capital here. I assume that the white player is just sitting here. That's why that roll by black just truly doesn't make any sense. We want to defend our capital and make a play for another part on the board. Black has not quit. Blue obviously quit. White has this bonus. I've got a +2. We're going to try to work for this +2 in admin as well. Play an additional part of the board. If we can eventually find orange's capital, that wouldn't be a bad thing either. If I can eventually take this 1-point hold, that would be good, but we're not quite to that point yet. And we have found the black player over here. Not sure if we think that that was cap troops or not. Now, white could come back here and steal this from me. He knows that I'm in this spot. He was the only player who actually saw me here from the start. So we have to be a little bit careful. That is a +3 up in lab that he's likely taken or close to taking. I'm going to take this. Try to take this, I should say. Get a little bit of orange here. And we're playing regular, just standard progressive here. So black will have this +1 in weapons. So they're still alive. I don't agree with the too early cap sacks from our opponents. Blue obviously burned that. And, you know, people are quitting. Blue's worth 1 card. We'll have to keep that in mind. But not a horrible start so far. Despite getting our cap rolled, we're doing okay. The bonuses on this board are some interesting ones. We got double +1s in weapons and electrical. There's the +8 in hallways. So up by white's cap here, my cap over here, behind my cap here, and then a little singular sliver over on the left-hand side of the board. We've got +4 in office. That's the lone +4. Admin, specimen, not surprised black hit me there. Security, dropship, storage are +2s, lab, and O2 are +3s. Those are the bonuses on the board. So the 1 +8 and then a bunch of 1 +8, 1 +4, 2 +1s, and 3 +3s and a handful of +2s. I think there's 6 of them. And white may eventually come back this way. He doesn't yet have this bonus though. So I'm going to put 5 here, 2 here. The fact that he's splitting his cap troops is good. I don't want to alert black to where I am. I'll hit this. The reason I hit that, by the way, a 5-on-3, I'm hoping it wins. Red is now getting 2 extra troops. And we need to not take these cards as long as possible. And red gets 2 extra. This is our first turn with a bonus. Potentially a +1 the turn before. But people are coming around at trade-ins. Red would have gotten the best trade-in of the 4 of us. They trade early instead. I'm not sure I fully agree with that maneuver. We're going to keep orange here as a buffer. I'm not sure what black's going to do, but I think it'll take them a little bit of time to get their bearings. We'll see if orange bot has its cap. White still does not have top right bonus. It's possible that somebody capped directly next to blue on bathroom. Like, maybe that's where black's original was and black attacked from there. I'm not really sure. White's playing it fairly slow. We're going to get 2 extra troops here. No point in... I don't want to irritate red. I'm kind of using red as a buffer right now. I have to obviously make sure my capital is strong enough. The benefit here is white is splitting between 2 positions, so that gives me a little bit of a chance. But we're into the thick of it. For those of you who are unfamiliar with what we're playing, this is Risk Global Domination. It's online Risk, just like the board game, but capitals are a different kind of mode. The progressive card trade-ins are a little bit different with a 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 15, and +5 after 15 every single turn. We got Office Hall +2 here. That is right here. That'll be good for our trade-in. And we will be trading in for the 10 trade with white and black trading ahead of us for 8 and 6 troops respectively. I'm not sure where black ends up. Obviously, I'm a little bit at risk of damage and danger from these opponents if they take me out of the middle. So I'm trying to make sure my middle position is strong enough where I don't end up getting bonked. Now, white was, again, the only player originally who knew that I was behind them. They shouldn't have enough troops to take me out here, and I'm almost hoping that they remove black from back here so that I can make moves on them. The issue is they have not yet taken... Ooh, they knocked me out of there. That was what I would say is a smart play by white. I don't know that I want to hit orange here yet. I don't know that I want to do that. But I do want to keep a pretty solid middle position on this board. A lot of blue in here with starting troops. I'm a little bit surprised blue didn't end up in the middle here. We've already hit them twice. We're playing for a split bonus. I don't normally recommend split bonuses, but we'll see what happens here. Blue is worth 1 card. I don't know that getting ahead of my opponents... Getting ahead of red on trade-in isn't a bad thing, but jumping ahead of these two on trade order, I don't know is the most valuable thing in the world for me. Is he going to hit black? He does hit black. This may even be a cap steal. Black may have been capped in the back of asteroids and just didn't defend. We'll see how many troops they get on this next turn if they're only getting 3. Orange, meanwhile, still has its capital, but is down to, at most, 4 territories. We just saw 2 troops place here. Black does still have their capital, so they didn't lose it there. Did lose their bonus to red. I don't want to aggress red. I don't think that does me any good yet. It's possible red's up here in dropship. Nobody has seemingly taken that unless it is red, because we know that white has the double capital now. So I'm slow playing my cards in the middle. I don't want to get knocked out of here. The benefit is that if the white player is the one to knock me out of here, we have some legs to stand on in terms of their troops are likely less here. White did finally take the lab bonus. And they'll likely give me... Oh, they won't give me any idea of how much they have here because it's black right here, right? So unsure of what they took there. Wraps back around us. Sorry, I didn't mean to remove the troop count. But if you guys have been enjoying Tier List Tuesday, if you've been enjoying the videos on the channel lately, I would encourage you to subscribe and hit the like button. It helps out quite a bit if you guys do that. I would greatly appreciate it, certainly. Red is getting 6 now, so they got hit. So red does not have dropship then, which is good to know. Red trades early. That's going to make our trade in better. We do have one, but I don't particularly want to use it yet. The thing is if I can strike for another position on another part of the board, that wouldn't really be a bad thing. Black is potentially back to having their +1 bonus here. There's also the +1 in electrical. I mean, with orange down to 4 or fewer territories, because again, it placed 2 troops here, it will evenly distribute across positions. White is likely my biggest threat here. Black trades. I have a 20 stack here. If white gets this position, it's not good for me, but it's not the end of the world. And they do have the bonus up here. I don't think they'll have 60 troops able to come down and hit me even with a 20 trade. I doubt they have 30 sitting here already, only getting 10. They might be getting 12 if they have dropship. They get 11. That's pretty close, but I wouldn't mind taking the extra card at this point with 2 people trading in early, if that is what this is. Put the rest of my troops here. It is not the end of blue. So that may be a card feed to somebody else. Red is capless. Okay. My assumption would be had a fair few off-cap troops. Black will not trade in off of red. And we have a lot of troops here. I obviously don't know who or what is sitting on vitals. We've got to be a little bit careful going aggressive. Black is getting 9. I think we want to trade in here and go aggressive left side of the board. I assume that is where the black player is. Red has flagged. Black, again, does not trade off of red. So whatever commitment they have to removing red, who has flagged, they are done playing the game. Their troops won't place anywhere. The only way black trades in is if he eliminates blue and red in the same turn. We now deal with white's trade, and I think that that's a take of dropship, extra territories picked up, and the bonus. So they either come over into me here or into the middle. They're likely stuck otherwise. And I can use this opportunity as a little bit of a backdoor here to slap around on the left-hand side here. Now this map, with 5 blizzards, we got 3 of them all next to each other up here. So 2 of these not super useful. White had 27 troops here looking at me. And he's going to back those up, which is smart. If he backs all of them up, yeah, I'm not going to hit him. I'm not going to hit them all, and we're not even going to open them. Water Jug or Protector. These fall both in the middle. I don't think it matters which we take then. I will prioritize this, and red's worth 2 cards. Let's go Hog Wild. Could be back there, but I think if red is back here, that's fine. We get blue for an extra card, which isn't a bad thing. Well, it's a shame that did not win. Red is behind. I either fed red to white or it's behind. Hopefully he doesn't have a trade on 3. That'd be pretty tragic. He does have a trade on 3. I'm glad I got that extra card then. Because he won't be able to fully remove me from the middle here, I don't think. And he's not even going to try. He may actually hunt red, but if he hunts red, like if he hits this and tries to get red, no, he's just going to full break me. Alright, we got to hope that red is not on vitals. That is for sure. We got to hope it's behind orange. Absolutely have to hope it's behind orange. Trade-in shouldn't be able to get me here. This is going to be white creeping into the middle of the board. This is potentially very bad for me. We almost had the black elimination too there, which is frustrating. He does hit here. He could fully flush me out here. He's going to sit here. He traded in to do that. Which means red is absolutely behind this position. Worth 2 cards. At this point, I need to be fully focused on my external position here. Let's do that. I want to be pointed at black to grab their cards and hit red. That's the main idea here. I just hope that the orange cap is actually on fuel and not on storage vents. Black targeting me here isn't a particularly good idea. Although obviously I'm going to be a bit focused on them. The reason I have to fortify this position up here, that's a shame. I had him on 2. A little bit less. White is playing this smart, in my opinion. Trade on 3. White's not yet to a trade in there, so... I do have a trade on 3. I think if I can grab... Maybe hope black doesn't have a set on 3. Black skips. Black does not take a card, which is maybe a little bit absurd. Does he go down with this or does he go left? Trades are 45. So I need to defend my capital on this next turn. I'm going to put everything over here. I'm not going to take. Now, white may hunt red here, which is not great. I get why white's playing with an external here, because they are actually super card blockable. I want them to trade before I try to card block them. Interesting that black has stopped taking cards, because you're still worth something on 2 cards. You're still worth something on 2 cards. So I'm a little bit surprised that they wouldn't be taking, but I don't want to set. I don't think that that's in my best interest. I clearly wasn't trying to block him. I think if I grab red's 2 cards, that will essentially keep me in a decent spot. I am getting more troops than white right now as well. If white sets, if they go for the 2 red cards, they have to hit through this orange 23. Because orange still has its capital. It's possible that the orange cap is behind this. I'm probably incentivized to remove. White still has pathing into me. Trades are 45. Yeah, he's not open to my cap over here, so we don't really want to place anything there. And we have a trade in. Let's see what's here. Hopefully it's red before the capital. What is this? 89%. It doesn't trade me, so I want to make sure the red elimination does not trade me, so I want to make sure that I trade in off of any elimination here. Now in this scenario, black's playing a dangerous game. He's assuming I'm going to leave him alone and let him back into this. That is not the case. I think white's defending their capitals. White's playing this pretty well. Not letting themselves get blocked. Clearly defending their capitals up here. And it's why I'm being wary about this position over here. Does put 48 there. It's a bit aggressive. Interesting. If they come and hit my 57, they don't. They're defending here for an additional bonus. I do trade in off of this. And I would trade in off of black as well. That is why I did that, because I trade in immediately. It progresses the trade-ins. Do not know why we would trade the Joker there. This way, if black takes, black does not take. Black sets themselves. Interesting. That becomes slightly more problematic, where I actually probably have to use black. Because black's stack is not open, I may have to use them as my trade-in option. White sets. That's bad. I thought about stacking on me there, but the trades aren't high enough over here. I also have a trade on 3. I don't need to use it, but I have one. If they hit me here, we can still block them. They're not going to hit me here. White's playing a very dangerous game here. Because the moment they open up a cap line for me, the moment they open up a cap line for me, I can trade in and hit them. I'm obviously ahead in cards. I don't want to trade the Joker if I don't have to. Interesting choice by black to hit that spot. That actually makes a block on them in the future easier. I was hoping black would hit me here to actually help me once white inevitably hits me on this spot. If white rolls my capital, I have the trade in to then retaliate. and set a block on them. Like, if they hit this, I think that this is going to be a bad position for them to find themselves in, because it'll likely be an instantaneous block. Well, my trading's not high enough to hit this, so we're playing this a little hairy. Letting black back into the game was a bit unfortunate, but okay. I don't need to take the card here yet. Just defend, because again, if he rolls this, see, I don't know why black's not giving this line here. If he wants to have a chance of white, because right now I think white's in the lead. Oh, white might give us the line. Okay. Presumably going to remove me over here. This is the issue with this style of play. This is targeting me here. The issue with this style of play of what white is doing is white thinks I'm not going to slam this. White thinks I'm not going to hit this 125. I don't really want to open black up. Now that moves away. Moves away completely. We have the trade in. I am going to defend this position a little bit more now. Do I hit black? Black might actually be getting card. Now that this one's open, if black is being card blocked over here, I don't know that they are, but it's, I need to be very, very careful. White has a lot of off captures. I need to be very, very careful here about how I play this. And if white is not going to stack on me, I'm better off letting them get a few more troops. Like if they go for black here, I'm not sure that they will, but if they do, this is silly. Black on 4 cards. I don't have the means of hitting black, but a block on black is not a bad idea. And we got a card here. Got cards into black if I need them. In a little bit of a weird spot right now where I wanted to block white, but they just kept having trades at the right time to prevent me from busting through. I maybe should have gone for them earlier, but I wanted to make sure I got the red cards before anybody else could so that they weren't triggering that stuff in at an unfortunate time for myself. And now I've got these external positions, which is exactly the type of play that I want to make here. At any time, white could shift troops back into me here, so I am trying to keep that in mind. I assume black trades on 4. If black does not trade right now, I wouldn't be surprised if white has enough troops to eliminate them. They do get a card. $26. Can't say I understand that move by white. It also means that black's capital is open. We have a trade without the joker. I don't want to use it. $122. I might have had them there. 80? 276 here. Good to know. And the other joker has now entered our possession. This is where white was holding. $204. It's a hard troop count to get through. I think I just need to pick one spot. Immediately boxes his path off here. I have to remove this over here. I can't let this stay here. I need to force him off this position. He's not open to this. To force him off of this spot and then start prioritizing a place on the other position. I almost want to feed white. This is the issue, is I have no way of getting around this. He's got all of these off-cap troops, but he's only got to sit on one spot. I'm split between two capitals. I almost don't want to hold one of these, but the moment I give it up, I don't think black takes it from me. I would give one to black. This is what I want. This is what I wanted. I wanted white to dump everything on one spot and come roll a capital. Because if he rolls this, it looks like he's actually defending, which is maybe a hair annoying, actually. Now I can start defending here. What white doesn't realize they've done, so unless that 200 something stacks here on me, they've just card blocked themselves. I don't think the black player will remove my block here. I think black's just trying to stay alive. Now, what I anticipate happening in this position is I expect white to fortify onto my cap on the right-hand side here. That's what I anticipate happening. Either that or he fortifies off, but either way, he misses a card here, which is kind of what we wanted. That is not where I expected that to go. We got off 94 troops there. Went plus 27 on that. Black's very strong. Still 100 troops stronger than them. I won't be surprised to see white attempt to set a block on myself at this point. I don't agree with this play. An initial attack, 233, and they split up 26 this way. It's exactly what we didn't want, black. I don't know why he did that. I don't know why he's helping. I'm trying to help him. No trade in yet. You gotta have a set on 3 here if you're gonna do that. I feel like you gotta have a set on 3 here if you're gonna do that. I have a trade on 4. This is not going well. That's gonna fail. That was a terrible play. That was a very, very bad play. I need to deal with the thing is I need to deal with white first here. So he just burned 180 troops on me. I assume those came from actually a capital in here. I may have even been able to play off of that. It's easier for me to keep black on one side of the board, by the way. White didn't get any cards there. Could easily win this roll, by the way. It's not a 0% roll. Yeah, well played. Thing is, I don't think he placed anything over here. So there's kind of an interesting play that I could do here, which is find out what is on the left-hand side here. He fortified to another cap spot, I think. Black could come steal this, but I have this in the middle, and I'm just trying to trust black a little bit. I assume white will trade in here. Trades are getting very high as well. There's the set. I presume. See, now he's defending his cap. I mean, white is playing this reasonably well. It's a shame that that 28 on 34 actually won. I may have to take this card here, and we don't have a trade on 3. What? Why would you do that? This is super risky to do, but I don't want to give him a free card. Black can run around and take this from me. Whenever I have my I trade in right now. I need to. No. Come on, man. I'm trying to help you. He didn't want to hit a 3. I get it. I get it, but ugh. It's frustrating. Alright, we set again. I need to block white, right? If I don't block white, I have no chance in this game. So 110. I'm going to add here. We're going to trade in, add here. No, I got to put everything here. I hope I just hit the 3. Just hit the 3. He keeps trading. He's going to be super strong, and I understand that that's obviously very dangerous. He's even stronger than me now because of the hits that white has put on me. But I can't justify freebies at this point, and I understand, when there's white's trade on 3. Obviously, I've got to take here. I've got to take here if I absolutely need them. A little bit surprised this player won't block. This just stops there. That probably sits here this time. That probably sits here. And black is not incentivized to do anything. That's a little bit of this problem here. He's not incentivized to do anything, so now white's going to get even more troops. And I've irritated white at this point. Although white targeted me first, so I don't feel too bad. And black takes cards down on white. Because black's upset that I capped, that he rolled my cap and failed or something earlier. I don't really know. Oh, that was silly. He thinks I'm not going to hit that. The problem is I give this cap up to white if I hit it. Which position do I care more about losing? I don't want to... I fear that that gives them a trading pocket over here if I lose this position, so... That's super interesting to see. This guy may not actually have troops on much of his caps at all right now. I care too much about this position. I will block on this next turn. Black has not helped at all, but that's fine. Why would you hit those extra territories? Oh, this guy's so foolish. He's acting like I'm not going to hit him. Joker is big. Joker is big. I just don't... I haven't seen much from Black other than the early cap roll that indicates that they will do that much to me. I don't think they're aware of what is happening on other parts of this board where it's just... I'm just better off blocking this guy. I'm curious to see if this sits on me. It does. Interesting. Just trade with black. Trade on 3 over here is a little hairy for me. Or trade on 4. I don't have a trade on 3 myself. But unless I get perfect dice over there, I likely lose that capital anyway. Now I have a trade on 3. If he doesn't have a trade on 4, I can probably steal one of his caps up here. I assume he's going to set and try to roll this, and that'll get him up over 300 troops. But then I trade off my 150 and we just go hunt. Because I'm going to assume there's going to be quite a few troops off capital. Or he doesn't have a trade right now? He may not have a trade right now. He backs those up, so that's actually helpful to me. Okay. This is all... That was... What is going on? I can fortify off here. I just need a chip. Not getting the best chip dice here with attacker's advantage. That's for sure. Wow. I'm not doing a great job of explaining what's happening, I do admit. The goal here was to step out of black's way so that he still takes the card up here. I assume he hits the 2 because he doesn't want to open up my capital. I mean, it's possible he was holding a trade here, but that's part of the reason why I didn't want to set. Fails that. I'm waiting for something to pull off. If nothing pulls... I just don't see the point. I understand this cap is super weak up here, and maybe that's his goal. And black could obviously steal this, but I need to keep the block on white. I can't justify taking that off. Yeah, this may wrap around and hit me. Black does not want to... What's funny is black watching me put all of this investment in, and black's idea is, well, let's inconvenience green to the umpteenth degree. I have a trade without the Joker, which is very good. I think he's going to fortify here, right? He sits there. All right. I have an idea. I know I'm going to have a trade in here. I don't even think he'll come check this. Now black will double set off of this elimination. I probably should have trapped him somewhere. Black may even be too slow to come grab this. I don't know. I know I have a trade on 3 here, though. Black blocks himself off. With 900 troops, card blocks himself. So there may still be 100-something troops here. That's so funny. Please put the troops there. All right, he's going to roll this capital, which is just super silly. Loses 126 on it. Exactly what we wanted. Also is not defending it. Like, it's like white thought I wasn't going to do anything to him. Loses 10 there. Now, black may have a set here. How much comes off? Because on 3, I may just want to eliminate him. There's 150 troops on capital. So 150 troops on capital. And black is... What are we doing here? All right, I'm worth 470. Black is worth way more than that. He's going to set soon anyway. So I'm better off here just hoping white doesn't have a trade on 3 and crashes out into me. If white doesn't have a trade on 3 and crashes out, we trade off of him. And he's done. But white could have helped me block black. Instead, he did not do that. Come on, just if you crash out, I would love you forever. If he just comes and rolls one of these 60 caps. If he opens black up, this is where it's going to get. He's going to open black up, isn't he? This will get a little hairy if he does that. That's for sure. I do trade off of him, though, so I can get whatever investment and just got to hope. He may not actually even open black here. If you roll this, you lose. Bang. Game over. Well, game over for white, I should say. Okay. I'm actually going to hit with this. Don't want to hit there. I needed to make sure I had enough to hit whatever was back here. Oh, hang on. These don't connect. Okay. And that is white out of the game, baby. Took me a while. We got there, but the card block and everything else, tremendous. I don't know if I'll have a trade on 365. We probably want to come back to here. This needs some defense. I don't want any freebies for black here. So like 80, 80. This one almost certainly should be our strongest position. Trades are how high? I can't see the... Trades are 170. I don't think you can get this with 170 having to path that way. So I'm going to actually put this here. No, you know what? I'm going to put this here. Because he might try to reverse card block me. If he steals this or he steals this, I don't care. Right? I don't care if he steals these 2 caps. I just need to get to the spot where I can block him. If he hits the 65 here, this is better for me. I put this on this line intentionally. Now, I don't have a trade-in. That opens me here. That's tremendous. And this hits here. That's good. That's what we want. And the more spots he leaves open for me, the better I can try to get a block down. This player is more than double my size right now. All right, he opens my cap here. We can set a single point block out. Okay, he's going to open both caps. The 118 cap here is far less useful for me. I should have just said more useless. He's got to be careful pulling off of this. 195. All right, here's what we do. We take a little bit of this. We fortify here. I'm going to swing the 118 around to this position because this is, I think, more important. I don't open this. I may as well just take these. I don't want him to have open fortify lines right now. That was quite a big pull off. I don't want to slam this though and then fortify. I'd rather him just have to hit the capital. If we have a trade, we don't have a trade on 4. That's actually quite bad. Quite bad. And there's the trade on 3. I want it to target this capital. This does leave him with a bunch of extra cards to prevent a card block. So you almost hope he goes for the cap in the middle. As long as the cap behind him remains, he's going to go for this. This likely wins. That's a great play. It's a great play, and with me not having a trade-in, loses 250. That's good at least. He does have a fortify line to this spot, but I can block it. But it's a lot of extra troops behind him right now that he's going to get. And I don't have a trade on 4. If I had a trade on 4, I probably could stop this. Now, the benefit is he doesn't have a trade on 3, so we can at least work off of a block from there. But he's going to get more troops here. And I assume a direct fortify to this capital, and now has a 2-spot position that he can defend. So we really need to focus on preventing 200 troops sent there. I don't actually think I want... I just need to just create a split in the fortify line. Because he'll win this as well. Although once he wins this, I can block it, so it's not a bad thing. He probably creates an additional spot on his lines here. I mean, this has been very well played by Black in the follow-up here. Although, the more he rolls on capitals, the better this ends up being for me. If we see him lose a bunch here, we saw him burn a bunch before. I want to see how much he loses up here before we really get into the thick of this. But I should be able to card block him on this turn. 167, that's not a very negative roll. I assume the fortify comes through the middle again to this position. He's got an extra card here, so we'll get 1 extra card. We'll just let him have this, and I'll block all the other spots. Here, 1. Okay, I got it. This is fine. Let's hope we have a trade on 3, that's all. 28, I think, is a decent number to start with. Do this at 30. Now I will anticipate him pulling troops off cap. Got this card here, this card here, this card here. And no trade on 3. But we've got available cards. He has 1 valid card up here. This actually will get him the hallways bonus, so that is something I got to keep in mind here. He's going to have the hallways bonus now. A little hairy, huh? This is actually not a great fortify off. I got to be wary of a potential cap run. I just should slam this and pull the 28 back now. Or hit here. Should I hit here? I think I need to hit everything because the pull off here, I'm at too much of a risk of being cap ran. $222. That's fine. The availability of off-cap troops there is more important. So we're playing at such a deficit. I don't know that this cap on the left-hand side actually has that much on it anymore. Does he pull off again? I would not have pulled back there. I don't think that that's wise either. I may get card blocked here myself. I don't have a trade-in, although it's a little bit more difficult to reach these pieces here, so I don't know that he's going to get ahead of himself, no. I'm surprised he'd leave all those troops off capital. I'm a little bit surprised by that. Trades are... I have a trade on 3. It's not great, but I have one. Is he going to stack 500 troops over here? That's fair. I don't know that I get through that. That is one way to do it. And I'm forced to open him up. 208. You can almost certainly cap run here. Bummer. Well played by Black. I mean, the more he helped White, the worse it made it for me. That's for sure. I don't think I want to trade in here. I'd rather make sure I can get a card, I guess, which is likely the cap card here. I'm not going to get a cap card, am I? Well played. I gotta hand it to Black. I mean, played like maybe a little bit of a baby, but I don't really know the right way to do this because Black obviously wasn't helping me and White was not focusing on the Black player at all. Now he has to split on this next turn, but I'm gonna miss a card here either way, which is not great. I think I just do this. How much did I pull off there? I got 242. That's nice at least. Loses 120. He's just going to come sit here, I think. Well played. GG's to Black. I'm a little bit annoyed with how they played that middle game. And honestly, I got him down to 2 troops. So recovering from a 2-troop game, congratulations to them. The problem is White got too big too early. I couldn't do anything about it. I really just had no means of doing anything about it. Well, whatever. I didn't mean that. Tragedy. Tragedy is struck. I wish he would just win. I don't think he realizes how easily he can win here. But this is what happens in these games. I mean, you're susceptible to how your opponents play. Black played a great pivot here. I didn't have a trade on 4. If I had a trade on 4, this game results really differently. I'm going to be honest with you guys. This player is not winning the game fast enough for me, and I don't feel like wasting your guys' time. There's no way I come back from this. I'm not going to sit here and waste everybody's time. I'm just going to surrender because I've pulled all of my cap troops off cap and they still didn't finish the game. I'm not going to wait for that. So good game to Black. Credit to you, Jazz. How do I feel about Polus as a map on the meta settings? Let me take a look at it on the side here. That's my face. Unfortunately, the Risk Wiki still doesn't have the actual map picture here. Polus is somewhere for me between Skeld and Fungal. I think that Fungal is a bit more open, which benefits it. This map is definitely more closed off, but the bonuses aren't quite so... The pockets that are created aren't quite so overpowered compared to a map like like Skeld, where I think that even though the bonuses aren't worth that much, the snowball potential on that map is much higher. So I'd put Polus above Skeld, but I don't think it's a particularly great map. The card blocks are too easy. You saw it here with what Black did. You saw it with what I did on White. Even White's size still wasn't able to stop my card blocking opportunity there. So as such, I don't think it fits much higher than like a D tier map. One of the ones that the bonuses certainly help, aren't super important, tends to lead to long, potentially stalemate games. Somewhere in the end of the king region here, Stairs of Knowledge and Power, but a little bit bigger. I don't like this map very much. It sometimes produces fun games. It sometimes produces games today where you're just incentivized to sit on cap and stack the entire time. And unfortunately, we had a double cap troop roll and lost it. So I'm going to put it here. I don't think I like it quite as much as Conway Castle or even Moonstone, which are also potentially easy card block maps, especially Moonstone. I'm going to put Polus in the D tier. Again, above Skeld, but below Fungal. That's where that's going to lie. We'll be taking a look at Mira HQ next week. Fourth map in the Among Us map pack, and obviously finishing it out in 2 weeks with Airship. If you guys enjoyed the video, hit that like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. We'll be back with more Risk tomorrow. As always, everybody, I have been Simony. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a tremendous rest of your day. Peace.